So, to end off, we're gonna be looking through this thread. Lots of interesting takes here, and obviously this is the Rocket Roast, right? It says, "What is a Pokemon-related opinion that you will defend like this?" You know, when I see tweets like this, I hate this because it's clearly just meant for engagement, but it works perfectly because it gives us content to talk about.
This is just the new version of Patrick with like the chains on his hand.
Every couple of months, this pops off, and people start talking about it. But like I said, it gives us Rocket Roast material.
I hate tweets like this, bro. I hate tweets like this. You see all the worst opinions come out of the woodwork. So we're gonna go down this entire thread. We're gonna read some of these higher ranked takes and see if we agree or disagree with them. We might not roast some of them. We'll see.
Now, this one was actually submitted by Raf before I noticed the whole thread.
QRT from this thread.
Yeah. So this one says, "The worst Pokemon games are still good, perfectly enjoyable games. Y'all need to play a truly bad game," and then has a screenshot of BDSP as the first one, which is insane. Scarlet and Violet, Sword and Shield, and X and Y. And then underneath, there's a reply saying, "Worst, and you choose not to post any of the Johto games." Crazy.
Did he want us to roast this QRT or the reply?
I think Ref wanted to roast the reply, but
I got nothing to say.
I want to roast the QRT more than I want to roast the reply.
Me too. Because if you talk about Johto games, Heart Gold Soul Silver is like up there, bro. Top 5.
This is another guy who only plays Pokemon type person, I feel like.
Which one, the Q or the QRT or the reply?
The QRT.
The QRT, yeah.
It's definitely a realm where like you can tell these people play. This is all they play. They're pretty limited in this sphere. Because like when you actually look at Pokemon as a whole, I mean, like just compare with the other franchises, it ain't that crazy, dog.
But even compare within its own franchise, like if you look me straight in the eye and tell me that BDSP is a good game, I'm gonna shoot you. Like,
it's not a good game, bro. It's not. Like, Diamond and Pearl aren't even good games. And the fact that they remade that 1-to-1, it just means they just remade a bad Pokemon game.
People think that we rag on BDSP because we just hate it being the new remake. No, we've made our opinion very clear. We also don't like Diamond and Pearl. And, like, we've also made it clear that if they did the same faithful style for a Black and White remake, we'd be totally fine with it because we want Black and White to stay the same.
Yeah, it's the fact that it's just like Diamond and Pearl had a terrible dex. The pacing was god awful. There was like no like a variety of Pokemon. Like Team Galactic, they just for some reason they used the Wurmple line and nothing else. It's bad. So the fact that like BSP didn't correct that when Pokemon Platinum literally exists, like the corrected version, that is just a big problem right there. So like I get what they're trying to do. Oh, every Pokemon game is bad. It's like the same take of like the same vanilla take of like, oh, there's no such thing as a bad Pokemon design. They're all good. I don't know.
I hate those takes, bro.
It is. The thing about these is they're very so opinionated. It depends on your sphere of gaming, character design, and all this other crap in between. Like people ask like, oh, you know, it's. I don't even usually put Pokemon in like my top 5, top 10, maybe even top like 15.
Hey, careful!
Games.
Don't let people hear you say that.
Whoa!
I don't. Are they fun? Yeah, it hits. It's more of a nostalgia hit, and then if it's a newer game, then it's like a nostalgia hit with something a little bit different, a little spice, a little seasoning on it. But like that's about it, bro. I'm like, if someone's like, hey, do you want to play God of War Ragnarok or Pokemon? Even if I'm being honest, like Pokemon Platinum, I'm playing God of War. I'm not touching Pokemon. But that's just, or in the instance, hey, like, John, are you playing Xenoblade Chronicles? Are you playing Pokemon Black and White?
Oh, yeah, I'm playing the worst Xenoblade game over the best Pokemon game.
So it's more of that equivalent, I think, is where we're at. And it's just, guys, play other games.
If you want to say that you, like, if you want to say that you enjoy them, that's one thing. But if you want to say that, like, all of them are good, I don't know, man. I don't know.
And I think at that point,
there's a distinction. There's a distinction between enjoyable and good. Yeah. I know a lot of people conflate those things, but and the fact that Raph wanted us to roast the freaking reply, that's a lukewarm take, bro. Everyone hates Johto now. Like it's not even a controversial take.
1/3 of this pod hates Johto. We're good.
33% of people on this call right now hate Johto.
That's funny.
You even gotta worry about it.
That's a significant percentage.
You know what I will say though? There is no "Let's Go" on this post, so maybe this is pretty based actually. That means they don't consider Let's Go the worst Pokemon game.
Maybe that was their reply. Maybe they have another, like, the Explorers Guild reply to themselves, and they're like, This is the real worst game.
Wait a minute, I forgot one. It's a picture. I mean, he only had his picture
Let's
for
confirm.
4 pictures.
No, he's gonna be like, oh no, I'm muting this.
What
You
did
guys
they
know what
say?
this means? Opinion. Yeah, whatever.
I think the main thing I've learned from this is that everyone has different standard for what bad is, and that's fine. And
If you don't
yes,
want
I'm
your
well
opinion
aware.
getting dragged, don't tweet on Twitter, bro. That's.
Conversation
never
is too
get the people-
nuanced to have a properly tweet form. Also, these games I chose for the pictures aren't me saying that they're the worst. I chose the ones that have the most controversy that I've seen. Do you all know what this word means? Opinion.
Opinions hard, like especially in our day of age. Opinions don't matter online. If you don't agree with me, you're wrong.
If you're gonna get butthurt about somebody disagreeing with your opinion, you shouldn't be tweeting. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right, let's look at some others.
All right, let's go down this this thread. That was our first one from the thread, but let's see what other whack opinions are people defending. The game should have stayed at 2D/2.5D. 3D maps are buggy catastrophes, and 3D Pokemon designs have no personality. There's a little bit of truth in this. However, I think that it would have not been nearly as successful as it is if it stayed.
I was just about to say that. I was like, I don't think Pokemon success. I mean, it very successful. They did a great job. If they had not shifted to the 3D era, honestly, I couldn't say as a Pokemon fan I would have kept playing because I'm like, bro, this is literally just I've been playing the same game for years.
I think these online echo chambers have convinced us really hardcore fans that everyone just wants 2D Pokemon games and only 2D Pokemon games. But the vast majority of the fan base, a good 90% that are not on Twitter, probably have no qualms about the 3D designs whatsoever.
Yeah, Little Timmy loves
It's
Scarlet
just what
and
they're-
Violet, bro. It's his favorite Pokemon.
It's just
game.
what just what they're used to. I think it's just more of we're at a point now where they could perfect and fix. And the models have gotten better. It's weird that they chose a Sword and Shield model versus a
we're
Scarlet
already
Violet
past-
or like a Legends model. So we're already past that point anyway. But yeah, I think it's just more of an optimization and then adding a little bit more to these models they could do. But
I think the 3D games have their shortcomings, obviously, but I don't think it's because they transitioned to 3D. I think there are other problems that arose.
Deeper issues. Okay.
Let
me
that
get
one's
this
a little
straight.
whack. That one's a little whack.
Let me get this straight. You think that more shipping's overrated? I do, and I'm tired of pretending it's not.
I think any shipping is overrated. It's kind of weird. We're talking about 2 kids, dog.
I think
Base
people
take.
who devote their lives to shipping are kind of weird.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. I'm sorry. If you have a Serena profile picture in 2025, seek help.
Embor's the coolest out of the firefighting starter trio.
This is a terrible.
Lost your fucking mind, dog.
Garbage.
This is the most baity bait I've ever seen. You
Actual
lost the
garbage
plot.
take.
This is a tweet for 16-year-olds. This is not for us.
28,000 views on it. You know what you're doing.
Look,
Get that
I'll
bag.
give Embor his flowers. The fire beard Endeavor looking thing. That's kind of cool. That's
Shiny
growing me
Embor.
That's fun.
Shiny Embor's
Shiny Embor's
really
great.
good.
Fantastic.
Yeah, Shiny Embor really cool, but he has to compete with Blaziken and Infernape, dog.
Yeah.
He's not winning. He's not
No
winning that
contest,
match.
bro. No contest.
Not
whatsoever.
winning. He has a lot of aura in this picture. I won't lie.
The
And
anime
he's
the
making
manga
a Z. Oh my god, he's shaped like a Z. That's Mega Embor.
Oh my god, I hate you, bro. Oh my god.
That's never gonna die. That's never gonna die. The 3DS games are better than the Switch games. That's not even a controversial take. Moving on. That's not even a controversial.
Gen 5 is where the series peaked and it never got better from there.
That's also not a controversial take. Skip it. Skip it.
Mega shouldn't have vanished from existence after Gen 7.
This one's debatable.
Well,
this one's
shouldn't have finished after. I mean, we got them back now. So
I think in the context of the other gimmicks being introduced, yeah, they had to get rid of Megas. I think it would have been a balancing disaster if they had Megas and Dynamax or Megas and Terrestrialization. I mean, obviously Champions is trying it. Maybe they know something that we don't. But I feel like it might have been for the best, honestly.
Also, like part of the hype around Legends EA is the fact that we are getting Megas returning. We wouldn't really have that if Megas have always just kind of been around.
That's true. You know, it's one of those things like you don't know what you had until it was gone.
It's gone, right? And there's only like, at what point do you stop giving all the already good as hell Pokemon Megas? Like, bro, Relax.
Yeah.
We're already there.
We start giving Mega Love Disc, like shit that no one cares about. Like, eventually you're gonna get
More
to the
of
bottom of
those.
the barrel and people are gonna be like, Megas suck now, So
Megas used to be so peak.
sometimes less is more. I feel like a lot of people don't understand that. They always think we should just have cool thing all the time in every game, but then it wouldn't be special. Pokemon Platinum is hands down. That's not even controversial. Number of Pokemon spin-offs during the Game Boy, GameCube, Wii, and DS era were significantly better than the mainline games, and we don't have the same quality of spin-offs post 3DS and Wii U. Okay, that second part is not hot at all. We basically have no spin-offs.
Yeah.
But honestly, if you think about it, I do think some of the old spin-offs, not all of them, but some of them, I will hands down say Explorers of Sky is the best Pokemon game of all time.
Ooh, I don't know about best Pokemon game of all time, but it's up there. It's definitely, I think, the best spin-off Pokemon game.
I think if it's not the best one, it at least beats a significant amount of core series Pokemon games, including all the ones at that time, I would say.
Actually, maybe you might be cooking. Yeah, I think it does. At least when it comes to like Gen 4, I think it outclasses the Gen 4 games, in my opinion.
At least Diamond and Pearl. You can't tell me Diamond and Pearl is better than Explorers of Sky. You're tripping.
I will say I do miss getting lots of spin-off games in the same generations as core series games. Because now I feel like Pokemon, even though we do still get new games and whatnot, and we have the mobile games, but it doesn't feel the same. I feel like we're kind of missing some of the meat. I think this gap year wouldn't feel so bad if we had a spin-off game. If we had I don't know, either a new Pokémon game or a new Mystery Dungeon or just something completely different, but just something a new spin-off game for the Switch that's not a mobile game. I think it would have helped give us more Pokemon content, because it definitely felt like there was a lot more Pokemon content to consume back then than there is now. Here's just now we just got the main series games, and then and then the mobile game updates, Pokemon Go updates, TCG Pocket, Cafe Remix. It's okay, I get it.
Yeah, it seems like nowadays they're I guess in this realm of almost just playing it safe. Hey, let's just streamline it. We could do all these experimental games, put all this money into different possible studios to try stuff, or we just make a game on the phone where everyone has a phone anyway, and we make a lot of money.
You make so much more money making it for a phone. That's the ultimate.
That's why a lot of mobile games, or a lot of, in the sense of anime, for example, they shift to not putting it on console but putting it on a phone. That's why the next Elder Scrolls is supposed to be on mobile as well. It's because everyone has a phone. That's it. They're gonna have a phone way more than have accessibility to going to buy a Switch or a Switch 2, whatever the case may be. Everyone's got a phone, whether it's good, bad, crappy, old, new. Everyone has one,
bro.
So.
I'm looking at just the comparison of the main series to spin-off games that we had from Gen 9 to in Gen 8, right? We had just a bunch of mobile shit. There's Unite, and then there's Pokemon Sleep, TCG Pocket, Go, whatever, a Smile, Cafe Remix. But then
have we had a single dedicated spin-off Switch game since Pokemon Snap?
Was Mystery Dungeon DX before or after Snap?
That was way before Snap.
That was before. Damn, bro. But Snap was the last one, and
are those the only two spin-offs on the Switch that aren't apps? Is it just Mystery Dungeon and
Unite technically?
I mean, that's also an app, I would say.
Also mobile, it's a mobile.
Yeah. Yep, it's that's it.
I think it's literally just Mystery Dungeon and New Snap. Those are the only two dedicated Switch games,
bro. And if you look at the list of a bunch of games that they gave us, between Gens 3 to 4 alone, not even counting Gen 5, bro, there is
Pokken DX.
Oh yeah, Pokken.
Okay,
bro, we had Pokemon Ranger, Pokemon Rumble, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Poke Park, Pokemon Battle Revolution, another Mystery Dungeon, My Pokemon Ranch, Pokemon Coliseum, Pokemon XD, Pokemon Dash, Pokemon Pinball, Pokemon Ranger again, Pokemon Trozei. Bro, they were stacked. There was a lot of Pokemon games that wasn't just main series. Now it just feels like it's main series or nothing, bro.
And I get the formula switching to mobile, but do you think that they would want to push that agenda that more now because of how big and how popular that Pokemon is to the mainstream, right? Now they've done the opposite almost in a way. So it's dude, you guys could be dropping some bangers and having people just kind of munch on these little late side games and spin-offs, and then hey, we got the big boy, boom, dropping ZA, here you go. and everyone stops playing the other ones.
I guess they just make more money with mobile games because all these microtransactions, they would just end up making more money than a $60 game.
Oh yeah, quick. Very quick.
I don't want to talk about how much money I spent on CCG Pocket.
Or the amount of people who spend money on like Pokemon Masters even now, like they definitely make more.
They've gotten that from me. You look at any other like gacha level game, right? I mean, people are dropping thousands of dollars potentially in a month's time frame, trying to like get that one character or get that one weapon or whatever the case may be. So
the next one makes me kind of mad, dude. Scarlet and Violet were great games hampered by bad performance. Champion was terrible though. If the only flaw you see in that game is the performance in the Champion, you played blind, dog. Like I'm tired of the Scarlet and Violet was great actually. It's open world and there's nothing wrong with it other than performance. The performance is just the start, dog. It's just the start.
This gives me like like again we were saying before, like this sounds like someone who just plays Pokemon games and that's it.
Yeah, and they're like, well, clearly it's a huge upgrade from Sword and Shield, so it's really good. Like, no, no.
You were going to say something, Julio?
I was just gonna say more like on the upside when you're looking at Scarlet and Violet, the story's good. Like, but we have empty cities. We can't walk in certain towns. Yes, performance is obviously bad, dog. Like, performance is performance. And there's just gaps in this game. Like,
they don't make the act of engaging with wild Pokemon nearly fun enough. And
no, it's not really fun at all because like most of them don't even. If you honestly do like your regular run in the game, most of those Pokemon are not catching you. Not like how they were in Legends. And Arceus, you were getting hunted down.
Legends, dog. I feared the Pokemon. In Scarlet and Violet, I'm annoyed by them.
Exactly. You were like stopping. Oh, wait, is that an Alpha Garchomp? Oh, different route.
I think even if this game ran perfectly fine, it wouldn't be in like my top 10. Like it ain't that good.